Hey everybody, how you doing? DJ Ken J here. You can probably tell from the sound of my voice and my face I'm very tired. I am in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, which is about 5 hours, 5.5 hours away from Columbus, Georgia. But I'm here this evening on Friday evening, getting ready to do a setup for Infinity for tomorrow. I'm actually doing sound for two bands, and I will be DJing all in the same show. So we're getting ready to do the setup this evening. It's going to be a little challenging because it's a tight setup. So we're going to be doing sound for Infinity and Miss Joanne Smith. She's a solo vocalist out of Atlanta. So I'm going to keep you updated on the progress that I've made during the setup and what I've done, and show you some connections and some other neat things. But as you can see, the only other person here is the person that opened the venue for me. So that's a win for me, because as a DJ and a sound guy, I'm always priding myself on being there before everyone else. So got here before everyone else today. All right, so I'm going to keep you updated on the progress. But right now, I got to get some equipment out of the trunk and take it in and figure out how I'm going to do this setup. And when I get inside, I'll show you what I mean by it being challenging, because I had to set up for two bands.
$300 and something per person. I go, we just spent all our money.
Wow, yeah, that's it's a lot.
Yeah.
All right, so we have finished the setup for Infinity. So Frank and Joe. Joe's famous bass player. Frank is our famous support man. Yeah, help set up. So this is what we came up with. Not quite finished setting up the drums because we have another drummer that's going to come in. He's going to use some of his hardware, so we didn't finish setting up the drums. But we got everything spread out. We got it on the stage, and this is what we got in the pretty tight setup. And that's the famous Anitra McDowell, famous singer for Infinity. So we hope we're gonna have a good show tomorrow. That's the other famous singer, Stoney Gaucher. So hopefully we're gonna have a good show tomorrow. I'm gonna be stationed back here. I normally, let me show you what we have. What I normally do. We have a Behringer XR18. That's the mixer. And I normally use my iPad and control it and walk around, but I'm doing sound for two bands tomorrow and DJing, so I need to be stationary. So I ran cables along the wall over there. You can't see them, but I'm gonna be stationed back here. This is gonna be my setup. I'm gonna straighten the tablecloth out a little bit, but this is gonna be my setup. And I'm either gonna use my iPad or my computer, but I have the XR18 software loaded, and this is a mixer, so I may just mix from my computer tomorrow because I've had it up testing it, and so I can mix from it and run Serato. Well, I shut Serato down, but I can do both from my computer, so I may just use my computer tomorrow and do that, so it'll make things a little easier. All right, so I'll have some video tomorrow of the bands playing and see how everything turns out. How's everyone doing? I'm at the gig, and I finished setting up. So I'm going to do a quick tutorial and show you what I've done, because my last video, I talked to you about cables, and I had someone that's a subscriber that said, oh, you need to show us how to hook the cables up. So I'm going to show you what I have hooked up, and then that'll be the tutorial. All right, so give me just a second. As I showed you in the last video, this is where I'm going to be operating everything from. So let me talk to you about the cables. In the last video, I showed you XLR cables. These are XLR cables, and like I told you before, most of your DJ controllers have XLR outputs. Mine has XLR output, and as you see, the only other output for RCA. This is a Y cable that's hooked in so that I can hook in my phone to the system so I can play in case something happens, computer goes out, or just want to play some instrumentals or something while I'm doing something else, because I am running sound for 2 bands and DJing. So this is the XLR, as you see, as I told you. And this XLR is running over 100 because it's going along the wall behind everything. And it's going up to the front, like I showed you last night, to where the mixer is located. Using a Behringer XR18 mixer, a controller in front of the computer, like I showed you in the video. Now, remember, I mentioned about combo jacks in my last video. This is a combo jack on this unit. And as you can see, remember I told you about these nice little neat adapters you can put on the XLR? Well, I'm running from XLR from my controller to here, and I have a adapter on here because this is a stereo input. This mixer has 16 channels, and if you can see number 15, that's what a combination jack looks like. You can plug an XLR or a 1/4 inch into that jack. So most of these have microphone cables plugged into them. This is the section for the monitor. It's an auxiliary section, but this is where you plug in stage monitors or in-ear monitors, and I have 3-stage monitors, 1 in-ear plugged in. But I'm using stereo for my DJ rig, and I control everything via Wi-Fi. Here's Wi-Fi antenna, or if you want to plug in, you can plug in an Ethernet cord from your computer to the computer to the mixer. But I'm using wireless. It's working fine. Connection is great. I've had instances where connection hadn't been as good. So have a few cordless microphones plugged in, and I know that this looks a mess, but as you can see, this is a very tight stage, and trying to control everything. 2 bands, 1 keyboard player from 1 band set up, another keyboard player from another band set up. Stage monitor pointed out here because the first performer, she's going to be singing down on the floor instead of on the stage. My other group, both singers are on the stage, different setup. And here are the stage monitors, and I'm going to show you, because when you DJ, I'm going to show you what you're going to get with your DJ speakers. What is that input there? Right here? You got it. That's a combo input. So it has XLR. In addition to, you can plug a 1/4 inch in. That's a mix out to go from one speaker to the next. It doesn't, all it does is send the signal. It doesn't send amplification, so you can't plug a passive speaker into it. But you see I have XLR plugged into it. But if you had a 1/4 inch, you can plug a 1/4 inch into it. So that is a combo jack. Plug X in or a 1/4 inch into it. And if you remember what your 1/4 inch looks like, this is the keyboard. This is a 1/4 inch plugged into the keyboard. Remember that in? 1/4 inch. And that's what the insert or the plug looks like for a 1/4 inch, okay? So, as you see everything, and the microphones always use XLR as well. But keyboards, as you see, 1/4 inch. That's why I said you have to have 1/4 inches or a 1/4 inch to XLR to 1/4 inch plug. And like I tell you before, the reason I like to use XLR cables is because that run that I did was approximately about 120 feet to go around everything and keep the wires out of the way. And if you use 1/4 inch to 1/4 inch, you have to use a coupler. And the 1/4 inch to 1/4 inch couplers are easy to come loose. I've been at gigs before and had a 1/4 inch coupler plugged in, and for whatever reason, people always tend to like to walk between your speakers or whatever it is you have set up in walls. It's a magnet for people. And I've had individuals trip over the coupler, the 1/4 inch comes loose, and I never know it to the end of the night when I go over by the speaker or whatever it is. I'm like, no wonder why it sounded a little funny and I wasn't getting any sound. So if you use XLR, let me show you this XLR here. Use XLR, you see that I'm pulling at this, and I can't put the phone down and pull up. But if somebody trips over, steps on, I'm pushing on it, it doesn't come loose because it locks in place, okay? See, XLR is locked in place. That's why it's better to use better sound quality, better connectivity, so if someone trips over it, it will not come loose, okay? All right, so I am going to stop recording, and I'm going to record bits and pieces of the show so that you can get a feel for what's going on, and hopefully the sound quality will be satisfactory for the video. All right, so until a little later, we'll see you, and we'll record some of the benefits. All right, we have gotten started this evening. We did a little bit of DJing, and right now the Joanne Smith Experience is playing.